What are you holding on to? That weight on your shoulders, the tightness in your chest, the churning in your mind. Is it a grudge? A failure? A fear of what might happen? A desire for a past you can never get back? We cling. It's our first instinct, to hold on to people, to outcomes, to an image of how life should be. And in that clinging, we feel ourselves being pulled apart. We lose our center, our peace, ourselves. But what if letting go wasn't about losing? What if it was the very act of finding yourself? 2,000 years ago, in the chaos of the Roman Empire, a philosophy was forged not for a life of ease, but for a life of strength. Stoicism. It taught a profound art, the art of release. This isn't about giving up. It's about stepping up. This is the Stoic Art of Release. Part 1. The Dichotomy of Control, your unbreakable core. The foundation of this art is a single liberating idea from the slave-turned-teacher Epictetus. He said, "Some things are within our power, while others are not." Within our power, our opinions, our impulses, our desires, our aversions. Not within our power, our body, our property, our reputation, our command. Everything in life falls into one of these two categories. Your freedom begins when you learn to tell the difference. The master potter does not control the clay. She controls her hands, her focus, her effort. If the pot collapses, she does not rage against the universe. She accepts it. She learns. She begins again. Your thoughts, your judgments, your actions, that is your clay. The final outcome, what other people think, the traffic jam, the market crash, that is not your clay. Worrying about what is not your clay is the source of all anxiety. It is trying to command the ocean to be still. Practical wisdom. So here's your first practice, the evening audit. Each night ask yourself 2 questions. What did I try to control today that was not mine to command? Where did I invest my energy wisely in what was truly my own? Write it down. See the pattern. Feel the weight lift as you stop trying to hold the tide. Part 2. Amor Fati. The love of what is. Once you stop fighting the world, a radical shift becomes possible. You can learn to not just accept what happens, but to love it. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, ruling from a battlefield tent, wrote this to himself: "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." The Stoics called this Amor Fati, the love of one's fate. It is the decision to see every obstacle, every setback, every piece of bad luck, not as a hindrance but as fuel. The iron does not get a vote. It does not complain about the fire or the hammer. It is transformed by them. Your life is the same. The hammer of a job loss, the fire of a broken heart, the quenching of a failure. You can scream at the heat, or you can let it temper you. You can let it make you brittle, or you can let it make you sharp. To love your fate is to say, "This too is for me. This is the material I have been given to build my character." Practical wisdom. The next time something goes wrong, a mistrain, a criticism, a plan shattered, pause. Do not react. Breathe. And say these 3 words either out loud or in your mind: "This is fuel." Reframe the event. Ask, how can this make me stronger, wiser, more resilient? Your enemy becomes your trainer. Part 3. The view from above, the art of perspective. Our problems feel immense because our perspective is small. We are trapped in the close-up view. Marcus Aurelius had a powerful mental exercise to combat this: the view from above. He would imagine himself rising above his problems, seeing his life from a great height. He would see the tiny figures on the earth, their brief lives, their endless wars and worries, all set against the infinite canvas of time and space. That argument you had in the scope of a century, will it matter? That embarrassment you feel in the gaze of the cosmos, does it even register? This is not to diminish your life, but to contextualize it. You are part of something vast and ancient. Your story is a single, beautiful sentence in a story that has been writing itself for billions of years. This perspective doesn't make your life small. It makes your peace large. Practical wisdom. When you feel overwhelmed, close your eyes. Breathe in and fly. Imagine your room from above, your neighborhood, your city. Keep going. See the planet hanging in the silence. From here, look down at your problem. See its true size. Feel the quiet dignity of your tiny, significant place in the universe. Then come back. Your problem won't have changed, but your relationship to it will have. Part 4. Memento Mori, the urgency of now. To hold on is to live as if you have forever. But the Stoics were relentless realists. They practiced memento mori, remember you must die. This is not morbid. It is the ultimate liberation. Seneca wrote, "He who fears death will never do anything worthy of a man who is alive." The awareness of the end is what gives the present its profound value. It is the hourglass that makes every grain of sand precious. What would you stop clinging to if you truly remembered your time was limited? The grudges? The petty resentments? The fear of what others think? And what would you start holding with more presence and gratitude? The hand of a loved one? The beauty of a morning? The work that gives you purpose? Letting go of the trivial is easy when you are deeply holding the essential. Practical wisdom. Let this be your daily mantra. Not a fear, but a focus. When you wake up, say, "This day is a gift. It could be my last." Let that thought sharpen your mind. Let it soften your heart. Let it guide you to release what does not matter and embrace what does. This is the Stoic Art of Release. It is the courage to distinguish between what is yours and what is not. The wisdom to love whatever happens and use it as your forge. The perspective to see your life as part of a cosmic whole. And the urgency to live fully because your time is finite. You have been learning to let go. But look what you have found. You have found an unshakable core. A will that cannot be broken by external events. A mind that is clear because it is no longer cluttered with what it cannot control. You have not lost yourself. You have returned to yourself. The world will continue to storm around you. People will come and go. Plans will fail. Fortunes will change. But you will remain. Not as a rigid rock battered by the waves, but as the deep, still ocean floor, undisturbed by the tempest on the surface. So now the real work begins. Not on the world, but on yourself. Let go. And discover the strength that was there all along. Marcus Aurelius said, "The obstacle in the path becomes the path." Never forget that within every obstacle is an opportunity to improve our condition. What will you let go of today? Share one thing in the comments. This is your first act of release.